pineal gland, those kind of people will give solutions that benefit humanity. Everyone else would be just doing lalagiri, the trading, So for that kind of solution, the youth needs to be worked on fundamentally, and productification of that possibility is a much bigger product possibility, It's like creating a new culture, creating a culture for children of ideas to become startups. So this is one product and this is another one. These two products are what will make us into a possibility of the kind that was once growing. अभी saturation पे हैं Facebook जैसी companies क्योंकि इतने grow हो गए. But एक time पे उन्होंने एक market को समझा और उस market में सब 10 solution दिया और वो दुनिया की महान company बन गए. तो एक product में वो ताकत है और हमने उस market को समझा है, उस market की depth है हमारे पास. अब हम उसको 15 जून को launch कर रहे हैं अपने products को. तो 2 apps 15 जून को हमारी launch होने वाली हैं और एक already तैयार है, बस उसमें कुछ corrections कर रहे हैं अभी हम लोग ongoing. ये दोनों जब दिखेगा और मान लो जो टीम है यहाँ पे उसको अगर representation ये मिले कि ये जो products हैं इसके साथ synchronize है, ये टीम बोल पा रही है कि we are a part of the team that is building these two solutions, then automatically the association with something deeply intelligent, deeply impressionable, उसको दिखाओगे अभी भी हमारे पे फोन पे हम ऐप दिखाएंगे तो immediately एक impression स्थापित होते हैं. Wow, what a product! It can change the lives of students and generally anybody actually. So वो कर रहा है और देख रहे हैं कि उसकी वजह से बड़े सारे स्टार्टअप्स आ रहे हैं और क्योंकि ये लैंग्वेज बोल रहे थे इस पे ऑलरेडी प्रोडक्ट्स बनाए हुए हैं और फिर बना रहे हैं तो बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स आ रहे हैं. अब इसको कैसे कैपिटलाइज किया जाए, तो जो अभी इनफ्लो है हमारे पास लोगों का उनका कैपिटलाइजेशन हो रहा है बाकी की सर्विसेज से, जिसमें आप लोगों को शायद सिर्फ क्विक डेट के बारे में पता है. इज दैट करेक्ट? यू गाइस डोंट नो व्हाट आर द अदर सर्विसेज, करेक्ट? ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. हाँ, बताओ ब्रीफली क्या क्या, कैन यू नेम देम?
Yeah, so like not all of them I think, but QuickDeck deals with making the pitch for the clients as and how they come. So a lot of clients, QuickDeck. So a lot of them come in and their need for requirements for whatever is mentioned in the PPT is different from the ones already present.
Correct.
So you need to tailor make the PPT for them. It's called a pitch deck. So that.
Correct.
Then there's QuickTech, similar personalizing tech for the client.
Correct.
And then there's Quick Angels, which I'm not very sure about.
Yeah.
Investors, right?
Investors, that's all I know about. Then there's IIDB, where people post their ideas.
Right.
And others can comment.
Startup specialist.
Yeah, startups and any individual.
How do you know about QA and IIDB?
They leave us.
Does everyone know about QA and IIDB? So, do you know? Do you know? Do you? You know.
Yes.
So why were you briefed? Were you here prior to them arriving?
No.
No, so at that meeting we were only those people
Just
who were
8
supposed to be here for the 4 months.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe that.
And a couple of others after the end.
The ones who are in digital marketing or handling social media.
Okay, they were also
there,
yeah, for sure. So maybe the brief was to express what is us in totality, And then maybe the choice was made for QuickDebt because there is monetization in QuickDebt. QuickDebt is not inspiring. QuickDebt is just money making. If we just be honest with what we are doing, then it'll probably synchronize better. We are here in QuickDebt for not creating anything world changing. Our qualities are not even needed in QuickDebt incompleteness. That's why we are not in it. But it needs to create money. So that money creation is the only goal of QuickDebt. Apart from QuickDebt, all the other 7 things, you mentioned a few of them. Let's say you say Quick Design or you say QuickDeck. Today, we recognize that even though QuickDeck means a startup comes to us and then we create a deck for them very quickly. That's what you understood, is that right?
Right.
Now imagine here you are writing as a human being a natural language to express an idea that's running on your mind. It could be on any topic. But you're not writing it like just a seamless, boundless story that happened on your mind after great stuff. Then you can go deep. Then you can write a whole story about it. But what if when you are in that state of brilliance of marijuana, you had the right questions, 20 questions, and that's all you have to answer. You don't have to go across boundaries, imagining beyond planet, because you have to shape something. So you have to also bring the limit, that quality that is of limit. If there was no limit to my voice reaching you 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, you wouldn't have even heard me. I would be talking, you wouldn't be hearing. So that limit. So IADP is a platform which is creating that possibility through limiting, through these questions. Now your idea is better defined. The moment I have these inputs as answers, I'll be able to give you your deck.
But do you
through AI. Did you get it?
think that it's also inhibiting at the same time, putting the limit?
Not at all. Then Twitter wouldn't be successful. It is such limit. Tinder, such limit. You can
Twitter is not limited.
136 characters.
No, character-wise it is. I thought you meant idea-wise. Like what? Anyone can post anything on Twitter. Like they can take it down.
The limit is not of what idea you're thinking about. The limit is how you're representing.
You mean the word limit?
Yeah, I'm when I say limit, here the limit is frequency. 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz.
Right.
The moment you put limit to something, actually we can go deeper in this before the camera. I don't know how many will understand here, but you see me as this or you see him as that. It is also because of that limit. Otherwise we are waves. This is not where I am ending. The whole universe is connected. You are seeing me as an object because interfacing needs that. On a desktop you see icon. You can't interface with current. So you give it icon. But when you delete something, icon or file, so nothing real is getting deleted. So none of us is real, this is only for interfacing. But we'll get to that topic later. So limit makes it engaging. You know what I mean? If you don't have limit, then we wouldn't be humans. We wouldn't be having emotions, we won't have any feelings. The limit is what is making that happen. We give that limit for it to become meaningful. So Twitter, if it did not have any limit, do you see any meaning to that product? If there were no 136 characters in it? No, right? What do you think?
Mixed opinions.
Huh?
Mixed opinions.
Mixed opinions. Fair enough.
I respect your opinion, but I sort of.
Yeah, it's actually not even opinion. It's like really fundamental,
facts, yeah.
fundamental truth of life.
Yeah.
You can't.
What she's trying to say is, so basically there's this platform called Quora also.
Right.
So there you do not have a limit
But
of
can you
words.
compare
For
the
example-
output of Quora and Twitter?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
So-
incomparable.
Right.
The role Twitter has played in the world.
Right.
I'm trying to get you guys exactly to that league.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure,
So
please.
instead of Quora and Twitter, let's talk about Reddit. Now Reddit is something where everyone posts everything
Correct,
that comes
correct,
to their mind.
correct.
And I know a lot of people, if they want to get themselves signed up for something, instead of Quora or Twitter, like they will go up to Reddit.
Can you tell me the valuation of Reddit today?
I don't remember.
Right. But would you say it's comparable to Twitter?
It has a niche audience.
No,
like,
I get it. But one day it did not have a niche audience. You know what
True,
Reddit
but-
was known as? It was known as the doorway to internet. Does anyone remember Reddit in its early days? I can tell you the names of the founders of Reddit also. Aaron Schwartz was one who was killed by FBI. Great story. You know about that story?
Yes.
So hence listen to what I'm saying. The doorway to internet could not be as powerful as Twitter. While it was at one point the doorway to internet, the reason why it could not be as powerful as Twitter was exactly this fundamental about simplicity. So I'm not saying Reddit is not needed. I'm not saying Facebook is not needed, but everyone knows Facebook is in trouble. They're all needed, but the winners, you can't create a copy or a competition to Twitter. That's the power of Twitter. That's what happens when you have the brilliance of that kind. Normally it takes courage to be returned by 35 investors with a no, and then get investment of 36 times. That's the birth of Twitter. So it takes some real courage to see things that way. So that depth is with which we are seeing two components of the whole story, which is these two products, which you know briefly about, and that's not the topic of discussion. But other 8 topics is what is not as exciting as this, but probably none of you are either. Otherwise you would have been a part of this story. And why is it so that you did not get an opportunity? Here's the reason. Not because you're not as exciting, but we never had a chance to have a conversation about who can play what role. Until I have that, I can generally assume Indian youth is a group of mediocres who we can simply say state as fact that Indians are not creating world-changing companies. It's all coming from San Francisco, Silicon Valley. What about it? What about that country? What about Israel? What about China? What is India not doing that we are only copying other people's products? So generally saying the youth is boring, and that's why that youth is not needed in developing real products. But I don't know any of you, so it's not a personal remark. There is a possibility some of the people over here will end up becoming a part of the product journey. And it will depend, we'll see when that happens, but that happens. But this is really what everything else is being created to pump in. The moment I say quick design, right now you're coming to me and representing a thought, and then I'm giving you a design. But my goal is that you come to me, you give me a thought, and I use AI to give you that design. It can happen in seconds, right? We are already seeing the application of AI right now. Then why is it that we are creating, in the language of quick, that something called quick design? We're creating that because we are seeing that startups actually need quick designs, but they also need human intervention to express to them whether this design is going to work or not.
Yeah.
So the human intelligence is needed. So wherever, now we are splitting things in two parts. One that can be handled through tech, and the other that cannot be handled with tech alone. So there are services, quick debt and the other 8. In these other 8, if we are making money, we're doing the job that will create us into a company that represents 2 products that were never built before. For example, QA, you don't know QA, right? Well, you don't know it well, but you'll never forget. So this is the beauty of products. You know, if products could be defined well, they're never forgotten. Let's say now I'll tell you what is QA. Nobody in this room will ever forget what is QA. And that is what makes a brand or a startup exciting, when you are clear about what it is. And it shouldn't happen in one day, because so many of you don't even know what this paper is and what are the brands mentioned on it. But once it becomes clear, then what happens is, the reason, actually I know most of you are just going to be a goner in a few months, maybe 2, 3, 4, go back to college mediocrity and then come back, take a job, and some would be going in bank, and after 10 or 12 years, they will be sitting in their chairs having posture problems, depression, so much. That's what sedentary lifestyle would do. But I'm hoping that when you understand what is QA, anybody in this room who has the courage, this is my offer already. Have courage like this boy. If you guys have the courage to drop out, then I'll take you in the product, which is already ready. It will be a matter of great fortune for anybody who's never built a tech product and is coming into becoming a part of the product development journey. A product startup, because these two are separate startups, these two are separate companies. That's what I'm doing today. I'm taking away the product language, because it's the language I speak. It's a very, very special language. It's not for the shit show of other 8. You understand? In comparison, everything else is a shit show if it is not a mission-oriented venture. For me, it has not to be for everybody, you know. But you do want some people among you who are looking at mission-orientedness, building things like a mission, not just doing a fleeting job of the herd mentality of getting degrees and then jobs and then another. Really changing, bringing about a change. So whoever has that spirit is most welcome already to be a part of the products. I'll be around. You can come to me and tell me, I need 30 minutes with you, sir. If I have the answers, I think I'll drop out of college tomorrow. I would be very happy if the outcome of this meeting would have occurred, if there is even one person I could correct today itself, you know. So QA, in the world of internet, Instagram stories and the 1 minute 30 second reels, or in YouTube 1 minute shorts, this is showing me something. It's showing me that a lot is understood and engaged over through these 90-second videos.
Video
right?
content.
Correct. I also see that when I'm making an investment, then I need to really finally see the charisma of the leader who I'm investing in. When I'm investing in a startup, I can't just invest in a theory. I have to see the human beings in front of me who I'm investing in. And everything could be right about them, and the day I met them, I found them so utterly boring that I could almost immediately see that they won't be able to raise a team by inspiring them. They would need a lot of money to buy human resources because they had no quality of being able to inspire the other, right? That is leadership, when you can inspire the other. Everyone else is just buying human beings, and that's what colleges are training you guys to become, and then managers think they're leaders, but they're also buying humans, you know. Show me if you can have even one person without money. You know what I mean? That's leadership. If you're here, learn that. Learn what it is to be a leader. So now when I'm investing in a leader like that, I'm investing on what I feel about him when I'm having a conversation with him, and then I say, here's my check. I like you. Sometimes it could happen without even an idea or a product with the man. You know what I mean? So if I can see 90-second videos instead of watching Instagram reels, if I can have an environment for Instagram for investors is my pitch. I'm saying it's Instagram for investors. If you're coming on it, whatever you are seeing is about that team of a startup which delivered a 90-second pitch about who they are. It could be a fleeting conversation, but it's a team camaraderie that I want to see. It's the engagement about your startup that I want to see. But unlike the dashboards of Instagram for creators, they could analyze things. I, as an investor, want to analyze how many investments I'm making, what are the comments these startups are getting, and so on and so forth. So I'm saying creating the culture of making investments by identifying startups through their 90-second videos. You guys understood what I'm saying? So that is the product we are making. We are becoming Instagram for investors. It's very simple. Here, the 10-slide possibility of Instagram posts will become the slide deck. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is IADB? IADB is if you're not able to tell me, let's say, the answer to the question, which is, what is your market competition? And let's say a lot of startups like, sir, we don't have any competition. That's the silliest answer. But if this answer, the moment he gives this answer, somebody who was on the list of answers which were normally done isolated by an entrepreneur, sitting in their rooms, and just being an isolated introvert, writing answers on their computer. That is the culture that is almost invariably going to take people out of all that which is uplifting about life. You know, community, human beings, camaraderie, real camaraderie, not just sitting on computer, tuk tuk tuk. So IADB creates this possibility that the answering and the questioning happens in a democratic way, publicly. Now my answer as an entrepreneur could be shitty and someone else can contribute to my answer, like they're doing in Quora, correct? But Quora is enabling you to write any questions or any answers. Great, there's space for something like that. But you'll see if we are able to win in our category, which is the questions and answers for startups, aimed at transforming all that narrative we got through answers into